Hey, welcome back. So we just went through, did a little maintenance. We're cutting for a customer. Dave wanted to see this, so I'm going to video it. We're cutting some trailer bunks. Go on a big trailer. Dave has a beautiful twin engine center console, and they need to be 14 foot by 14 foot 10 by 4s. Then he's got to cut an angle in them and to replace the bunks on his trailer. And we were gonna do it with oak because I have some oak in that size, but I have this Arborvitae right here. It's an eastern white cedar, and I pulled it out of the back of the log pile over there, and this will be a lot more rot resistant, so we're gonna go ahead and mill this one off. Now, just to let you know, I'm running a resharp on here, and it nicked this last time I was out here. It was fresh sharpened. It just barely, you can see that glint of light right there. It nicked this, so I'm not sure how good it's going to cut. But I've got another blade in the back of my truck that's actually is brand new, set and sharpened, and it's missing 3 teeth. So I wanted to run this and see how it does. I don't know if you can see that it's all ground out. It's freshly sharpened. See if I can just quickly see where the teeth are missing here. But I want to run this blade today too and see how it does. When I find it, I'll show you. No, I guess I kind of can't show you if I can't see it. This is a brand new blade that jumped off the wheels because my dumbass didn't tension it up enough, because I counted half turns. Oh, there it is right there. See right there? So it's missing those 3 teeth right in a row. But I want to see how this cuts missing 3 teeth. I've got chainsaw mill saws that are missing 20 that cut perfect. So I'm unfamiliar with how these will do, and I do want to run that today, but we're going to go with this first. It's a little bit dirty. Billy just brushed off most of the shit on it. We had to bring that end up a little bit to center the pith. It's not that bad, so I figured I would whack it into a cant with the blade that nicked that thing, because I don't know how it's going to cut yet. But we're going to try and get a 10 by 10 out of it, and then cut his 2 4-inch bunks, and then we'll use up whatever's left over, however it makes the most sense for this Arborvitae here. So we're going to get at it, and we'll see how it goes. I'll show you the finishes and stuff on the cuts. Like I said, this was a pretty freshly sharpened blade, so you know, it still feels sharp, and it just barely nicked it, so I'm not sure. This log's over 15 feet long. Not sure how, I don't have a tape on me right now, but let me check it. So it's, if I can read this dirty ass square. It's 20 inches on the big end, and about 15 down here, so we should be able to get a 10 by 10 out of it, and that's our goal. So it's leveled out, it's dogged down, we'll fire up, we'll rip through it, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully, if that blade's not cutting nice and flat, I'm gonna replace it. We're gonna cut this end right off. Before I do it, I'm going to hack this end off. I'm going to measure it real quick. It's got a lot of dirt in that chainsaw curve. I got a little bit. We might have enough fuel in here to do this. Hopefully my wife's saw starts right up. Hey Bill, come here. Hold that right there. We're going to see how much we can wait. Can't waste a lot. 15 foot long is going to pay its dues right here. Must have hit something. It's not cutting real well. I'm just going to see if I can finish this off. Almost there. Well, that was fun. All the saws that I have, and I pick up the one that's hit something. So we're ready to go now. Get rid of that big chunk of dirt. Yeah, and we'll see if we can get her milled up. Hopefully that's the last dull chain slash band for the day. And I'm sorry for the new shiny gloves, but I just put a hole in my old ones and stuck a splinter right through this finger, so hopefully we'll get them dirty. All right, so we're going to change the blade. I'll show you what happened. First of all, I could tell by how hard it went through it. You see the those marks? Those marks, it's definitely not cutting good on that bottom side. Wiped out the set or something. It does, you know, it doesn't look bad, but when I went to pull the blade back, it was below the wood, so it had deflected enough so that it didn't come right back up on top. That's how I know that it must have risen up a little bit, because the top side of the teeth are cutting better. They're removing more material in the bottom side. Either I knocked the set out of it or it wiped out the edge. So the blade's rising up a little bit. And that's what happened there. That's why the blade was below it. So we're going to swap the blade out. Bill, can you bring me that blade? You don't have to take it apart open. Just bring it over just like it is. It's going to be good because we're going to get to see how that blade missing 3 teeth cuts.
Did you take the tension out?
Not yet. I will though. Half one. 5 half. I wish I had that, we just got that upgrade from Norwood for that block over there. And I wish I had the, like, wait, sticking it. Wish I had the thing. Oh, no, it's in there. No, we can't.
Good.
Good like that. Yep. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing cuts. So like Harry Stamper says, this is what happens when you saw. Oh, come on, get in there. Guides. Oh, it's just tension. All right, let's just get it basically lined up. Put some tension on it. I'm really interested to see how this blade cuts. See if I'm on the right track with the sharpening. Let's see how it's tracking. Tracking pretty close. Okay, let's get it back together here. Sounds like the guides aren't dragging, everything's good. I actually can't wait to see how this cuts. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Yep. Hopefully, yeah, looks good. Looks like we got the stop. So, this thing losing up here and here. I'm glad we're going to take another one off. Glad we're going to take another one off. All right, so here we go. I'm going to get her back there and we'll take another, we're going to take another flitch cut off the top here. I think they call it a jacket cut. Those of you who've never seen a saw blade change, you just got to see it. Where am I here? I am, so right now we're 12.5 inches above the bunk, so it looks like we've got plenty of, just over 12.5, I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. Looks like we got plenty to get a 10 by 10. This piece probably. So I'll let you see how that cut. Hey Bill, can you grab the 8-foot level? It's right behind you. So this was a saw band that missing 3 teeth. Just set it right up on there. Let's see how it did here. I'll give you some close-ups. Cut nice and smooth. Can still see some tracks in there. I did have one tooth that got knocked way out of set that I bent it back, and that's how I actually broke one of them. Let's take a look at the flatness here. Now this stuff has got, if you can see the knots in there, There are some knots, but overall, yeah, I saw that. I don't know where that came from. Overall, it cut fairly flat. I mean, I can see, if you look at my finger, right under the bubble right there, there's a teeny little dip right there. A teeny little dip right there, which is not uncommon on wood like this, coming in and out of knots like that. But overall, it cut fairly flat. I'll give you a close-up. You know, on an 8-foot level, it cut pretty flat. It looks like I got a couple little dips. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and square this whole log out before I make a decision if I have to put a better blade on. Hate to change twice in a video, but it's kind of the way it is. So, you know, I want them to come out as close, you know, as good as I can for them. They're just boat bunks, though. All right, here, roll it. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna roll it. That's going to give us inch and a quarter to get to 10 on the other side. We get a little greedy there, I think. We got a little bit greedy there, I think.
Are we going to pull it or push it?
I will push it. It should roll pretty easy. Ready? Let go. Let's get this thing shoved over. We're going to drop those dogs down a hair. Actually, this should be okay at 7.5.
You sure?
Because if we have to go below 7.5, we're screwed.
The other one too?
Well, we can, but I mean, if we had to cut down into this, we'd be for 5 inches. We'd be fucked anyway. So
Why?
we wouldn't have enough logs to cut the 10 by 10.
Okay.
What I'm going to take is I'm going to take a flitch cut off the top, and then I'm going to take a jacket cut to 10 inches. What's that brush? And once we get to 10 inches, then I'm going to flip it on its side, do the same thing. See if you just dust off anything you see down there. You can see this Arborvitae, guys. Hopefully it zooms in. You know, it's fairly, well, it's really tight grain on this side here. But, you know, it's nice tight grained. And it's going to be really rot resistant for this application. All right, get that out of there. Dogs in it. All right, so I think I'm going to try to leave myself a 1-inch board to get to the 10. So I'm going to cut down just a thin slice off the top and then take one right at 10 inches and then we'll flip it on its side. I'm going to go right to 10. Alright, so since we're only doing 10x4s, I only need 8. Only need 8 this way if we can get 10 out of the other side. Let's see what we are total. Oh man, it's going to be close. That's going to be close. Off, gets me to 11. I get 1.5 inches both ways on the other side. Let's see what this log looks like from side to side. So my problem right now is that I can't get to 10. Right now I'm at 10 this way, or should be. This should say 10. 10. So I'm at 10 inches this way. I can go down. I can do my 4x4s this way. So I could try to get the 10 out of the other side. I think what I want to do, so I've only got 7 here. I got 6 here. I think what I want to do is totally square it off and see if I can get 10 on its side. I screwed myself with that cut. Totally screwed myself. I should have never made that cut. I had 10 there. I could have made one more cut off this side. If I had not made that cut and taken one more cut off this side, I'd have been good. I should have drawn it out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to flip it up on its side here. We're going to undo the dogs. Make sure you guys are looking down here so you know what's going on. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to raise this. How much left? 5. I'm going to come up 7, and I can't hit it even at 8. Same thing here, 7. Then the only time we'll have to drop them down is if we have to drop. Well, we shouldn't have to. Shouldn't have to drop it down. Okay. We're going to roll it on its side. Let me get it square so I have it here. Stay right there. All right, can you roll it a little more? There you go, just like that. Yep, just a little more. Whoa! Don't move. Now the question is, do we have to raise that side up?
Should we dog it?
Let me just put one in real quick. We might have to raise this side up. To get it more centered. See what we get to the pith both ends. We might have to do the same thing we did earlier. Pick it up and put the board under it.
Yep.
I got 7 to the pith here. I've got 9.5 to the pith here. We definitely need to raise it up. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come up a couple inches. We're going to want to dog it over there. It's not going to be plywood this time. Go ahead and throw the dog in that end.
It's already, oh, you're right. Yep.
This is what you're going to put under it, Bill.
Okay.
I'll see if I can get in with these on here. Get the camera. See what we're doing. Let me see if I can get in there with those flitches still on the forks. So what will have happened again is that side should have gone up 2 inches. This side should have gone down a little bit. Hopefully it's not. Can you grab me that level real quick? And you're just going to have to re-square because we're definitely not square now. But Yeah, we're good. We're 9 here. We went up 2 inches there, so we're good.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do here. We're way out of square. See if I can push this first. Okay. Undog it. I need to get this bottom over. I need you. Oh, can you go grab your thing. Come over here. What I want you to do is I want you over the top like that, just a little bit towards me. Okay, now let's check it. Good. It's okay, it's close. It's gonna come more. Make sure it stays right on. It's gonna definitely come more. Go a little more. Oh, wait. Stay right there. Don't move. Can you not move right there?
Yeah.
Let go. Squares. Come down here with me. Pretty damn square. Dog it below because that's the part, if anything, you just want to push the bottom in and not have the top.
This came out of something.
Came out of the bottom of one of the dogs, that one right there. All right, so we should have a little more clearance now to be able to get the 10. I got to be careful about how I cut it. Good video, Daniel, yeah. All right, let's try it. flip it 180 degrees, take it down 9 to 10. That gives you the square side. You've got to cut angles on them anyway. So I think we're going to be okay.
Take the dogs out?
Yep. So what's going on is that I've got, as you can see down there, I've got some weighing on the top. I still have room for my 10 inches. I'm going to flip it over and cut the other side down a little bit. He's got to cut an angle on these bunks. So they're going to be 10 by 4. So I need to end up with 10 one way. Oh, I'm thinking 10 by 10.
Yeah.
No, but I still need 10.
Mm-hmm.
If I can end up with a 10-inch square side, I could take both 4s out of one side. So yeah, we're gonna flip it over and square it up and then see what we have left at 10 by 10. And I think maybe my brain's not working. Maybe I can take my 2 out of just one side of the 10 if I end up with a square side. Right? Because this side's going to be square. I have no problem getting a 10 by 10 here. There's no weighing down there, right? Not really. So I could get 10 and I could take my 2 4 by 10s out of this side and not have to worry about this weighing on that side. And also he's got to cut an angle in the bunks so the bunks sit in on the trailer and they have an angle on them like this, and the boat sits in those angles. So that weighing I don't think would be a big problem because he could use that as his angled side. I'm not sure what the angle is yet. You know, it has to match the hull of his boat. But we're gonna flip it over and maximize this first. We're at like 9 inches right now on this flat, the small spot down there, so we're getting close. So flipper. If you want to run around the other side and pull, it's probably easier for you on that side because you can't get all the way down.
Pull this way?
Yep. Ready? Oh. Now my, oh, all right, good. Ready? Go up. Okay, I gotta get this. Can you?
It's up against them.
Got it.
Okay.
Are we up against the dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The dogs gotta get dropped down. They don't right now. You can leave it right now.
Okay.
We'll drop them down if we have to flip it again because of that other side. But let's get this side down to. Bless you. Bless you. Let's get this side down. Get a big chunk here too. I think this side's gonna have to be cut again. Okay. Top off it. And I'm not going to go below 10 inches and then we'll look at it, see what we got. Got it. So we have so if we flip it like this, we can cut 1-inch boards until we get to 4 inches, and then cut that in half. That's 4 inches. No, that's only one 4x10. It's only one 4x10. That's 10 and 4, so 8. So we need to cut that down to 8 1/8. And then saw right through the middle of it, and that gives you 2 4x10s. So we're going to saw that side down to 8 1/8. And then flip it up and cut it in half. And that's, no, not cut it in half. All right, so the plan here, guys, is because of the wane down there, I've got 10 inches here. And I've got 10 inches here. So what I can do is I can flip this up one more time, just go 90 degrees like this, saw this down until I hit 8 1/8. And at 8 1/8, I can drop down 4 and cut it right in half and have a 4x10 and a 4x10. The other thing that we could do would be to take this wane off. It looks like it will come off. And try to cut it right through the pith. The pith is at 4 1/2 right now. We could cut it right through the pith. We'd be wasting a board. We'd be wasting a 1/2-inch slice. With 4 1/2 on both ends, we could get rid of the pith. It's close, it's not perfect. It's 4 3/4 here. So we want to flip it up this way. That Sawyer's watching going, what are you doing? Oh my God, it's so much easier than you're making it. We're going to have to drop those down to just about nothing.
Oh, is this the side we're cutting?
Yep. Got the pith right dead in the center. Just push the straight. Drop it right all the way down. Flip this thing over. Like that. Pull this up like this. Pull it right this way. Well, I'll let it dry and check so he can cut it down to 14 feet.
Oh, so he's going to do that part?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that would make the most sense. I don't know how long before he's going to use it, so I'd leave it long so he can trim them.
Yep.
And right now, what did I just do with that tape? We cut right through the pith. Well, just above the pith there, and I think probably close to right through it here now. So we cut through the pith the long way, so it's just above the cut here and just below the cut down there. We got 4 and 4, 10. So we have 2 4x10s all ready to go for him.
Nice.
How long did that video go? Whoa, an hour. Hour and 2 minutes. That's going to take forever to upload. So anyway, the good thing about that video, other than my lack of sawing prowess, was that you got to see that blade that I sharpened and set, missing 3 teeth, cut pretty friggin' well. Really happy with it. I'm actually going to saw up another log here in a second, but yeah, we're going to pull these off here. We'll throw them on a pallet. One of our, you see our lumber storage pallets that we've been building out of junk pine. That one's 9 foot long by 4 foot wide. That one's like 15 foot long by 4 foot 6. And then there's another one behind this pile of, that's pallet making material, and behind that there's another one that's 10 foot, just over. But yeah, we'll throw it on one of those so it has a nice flat place to sit. Pick it up with the bobcat after I dump those flitches. And these he'll have some nice rot-free bunks. So he wanted to come and watch, but he's at his father's 90th birthday today. So I'll send him the link to YouTube when I upload it tonight. He'll be able to see the cutting process. Sorry it took so long. You know, I'm not great at this yet, and I've got to think my way through it, but I'm just happy that we got, you know, really heartwood, arborvitae, 99% of the sapwood's gone. There's some sapwood on that top corner up there that he'll be able to cut off with his angle, and he'll have all heartwood. It's cut basically through the pith the long way, so they'll be, you know, stable enough for boat bunks on a trailer, and they won't rot. So, or you know, the heartwood won't rot. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and after maybe if we get another log loaded up, we'll shoot another one, and I'd like to get something squared up with that blade before she starts to go away. I can actually, you know, this is funny, guys. I wonder what I'm looking at. I think I can see glints on the teeth. I'm looking at the back side of the set. The glint's coming off the back side of the set. I was going to say, I think I knocked the edge off the teeth. Show you the finish. I mean, even after all that, no, we're getting real long now. Half you signed off, but you know, after all that, you know, the finish is still decent. You can still see it's not perfect, but for a blade missing 3 teeth, you know, it cut pretty good. It really did. You know, I can see we have one tooth that was really whacked out, and I broke it when I tried to set it back over. And whether that's causing this or not, I'm not sure. But hey, can you throw the 8-footer up here and see how flat it made that cut? I mean, all the way the way that the dimensions came out, I assume it's pretty flat. Yeah, it came out pretty damn flat. You know, you could see light through there if it wasn't. I can see there's one teeny little dip right here. Some pretty good damage to the level there too. There's a teeny little dip right here, but overall it's, you know, this is pretty flat. Came out really good. So thanks for hanging out, and hopefully we'll shoot another one today. See ya.